Hi guys, it's Mrs. Santiago here, and I wanted to help you take the notes for the clock and the whole hours. So first, let's take a look at where we are in the OneNote. We're in your 7th grade notebook. We're in Chapter 1, the basics, and you can see we are down on page 24, clock notes and whole numbers. Let's look at the top of the page. It says, watch the video below to help you complete the pages on time and whole numbers. So the first video is Mrs. Santiago just going over the clock. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the table of contents so we can see. So this is just a video that'll help you fill in your clock notes with the face of the clock. That same video is in Schoology. But I thought I'd pop it in here so that you can use it to help you complete this part of the clock notes. So I'm not going to go over those because you already have a video above for that. I'm going to scroll down, and in this space, we're going to have the second video that's going to go over the basics of time. So let's take a look at these time notes. So the first thing is ¿Qué hora es? When you're asking the question ¿Qué hora es? I feel like we've already learned a couple of these, but the word ¿Qué means what? So ¿Qué means what? And hora really means hour. So when you say ¿Qué hora es? You're asking what hour is it? But in Spanish, in English, we would say, what time is it? Just remember that hora is really hour. So you're really asking, what hour is it? ¿Qué hora es? What time is it? When you answer this question with a whole hour answer, you're going to look at the clock. If it's 1 o'clock, then you're going to say es la una. And we use the beginning es la only with 1 o'clock. So es la is the beginning of saying it is. Okay, for 1 o'clock, that's going to equal es la. That's true because you're only saying that there is 1 hour. Es la una. So over here, when we say it, we would say es la una. Una hora. Okay, so 1 o'clock, es la una. But what if it's not 1 o'clock? If it's any number after 1 o'clock, meaning between 2 and 12, then we would not say es la. We would change es la to son las, and then we would say the number. And again, that's the number symbol. Some of you know it as a hashtag, but it's the original number symbol. So from 2 through 12, to say it is, we're not going to say es la, we're going to say son las, and then finish the statement. Okay, so son las is used with all other hours except 1. You are saying there is more than 1 hour because it's got an S on it. Horas, we have to change from es la to son las. So let's look at that clock. If we look at the clock and we see that the hour hand or horario is pointing here, we would say son las 4, meaning it is 4 o'clock. Okay, then we can add a number here to the digital. And when we add to the digital, let's do this number. So to say it is 7 o'clock, in Spanish, we would simply say son las 7. So you can see we're going to say son las, and then the number of hours. This comes from the number in front of the colon. Okay, so to say it is exactly a whole hour, you can add the words en punto. And I want to highlight those because those are going to come up in the little song that we're going to watch. So I'll do it this way. So en punto. Okay, and if you want to, you could think of en punto as saying on the dot. On the dot. It's that idea of it is exactly it is exactly 7 o'clock. So to say it is 7 o'clock on the dot, you just add the words en punto that I highlighted in light purple. So it is 7 o'clock on the dot. Son las 7 en punto. Son las 4 en punto. So en punto, on the dot. Okay, there are 4 ways to talk about the time of day. So the first one is morning. And morning is really from 6 a.m. to noon. Okay, 6 a.m. to noon. Okay, and that would equal 6 a.m. to noon, and we call that mañana. We put the tilde there. So I'm going to color this in from 6 a.m. to noon. So it would be this side. Okay, that is called mañana. Afternoon is from noon to 6 p.m., and that is called tarde. Okay, and that reminds me, tarde reminds me of like when you're tardy for school, that means you've gotten there really late. So again, I'm going to draw my line, and I'm going to say afternoon is over here. So afternoon is from noon to 6 p.m. Okay, evening, I'll draw my line. Evening starts from 6 p.m. until midnight. Okay, and that's called noche. Sometimes we think of noche as night. That's true. Noche means night. Okay, not nacho. I wrote that kind of sloppy. Let me see if I can make it big and write it better. Okay, so it's noche, N-O-C-H-E, noche. So when we highlight that section, so whoops, noche, let me get on the other side. Noche is over here. Noche is from 6 p.m. to midnight. Now, we don't really have a word for this in English very well, but late night or early morning, okay, we'll draw that again. Late night to early morning, and we're going to be on this side of the clock again. Let me color that in. Okay, so late night to early morning will run from midnight to 6 a.m., and it's a great word in Spanish. In Spanish, that is called madrugada. La madrugada. Okay, so different times of the day. So they're kind of important. So I'm going to switch highlighter colors just so you see them. I'll go to like a aqua, see if that'll show up. So the 4 times of the day, let's practice them. So we've got mañana, mañana, tarde, tarde, noche, noche, and this new one, repitan, madrugada, madrugada. Muy bien. So the last thing for today is to tell the difference between the 12 o'clock a.m. and the 12 o'clock p.m. Well, we just used the words above. So 12 o'clock in the afternoon, okay, so 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So that would be written like this, 12, and you believe it or not, that's p.m., 12 o'clock p.m., okay. In English, you call that noon. Okay, in Spanish, we're going to call it midday. So what's the word for day? Okay, think about that. It is día, and then mediodía. That's how we're going to say noon, mediodía. Mediodía. And then when you want to say midnight, and midnight is really 12 a.m. It's where the morning starts. Okay, 12 a.m. We're going to use that same idea. And we know that medio or media means middle or half. So we're going to call this one media noche, midnight or halfway through the night. Again, I'm going to highlight them. We'll switch colors again just so you can see the difference. So those are important words to know. So mediodía is going to be noon, and medianoche is midnight. So midnight and noon. Okay, if you have any questions about any of this, please let me know. That should complete your notes for today. And if you watch the time video with like a little pink fox, then you're probably ready to try your homework for today. We'll do some practice in class as well. All right, guys. Good job. Gracias.